What if I told you that the coffee sitting in your kitchen right now might not even be coffee at all? Behind the smooth aroma and bold flavors, there's a darker truth the industry doesn't want you to know. From FDA recalls to hidden chemicals, from mislabeled decaf to packaging that could be leaking into your cup, today, I'm exposing 7 coffee brands and industry secrets that could change the way you look at your morning brew forever. And when you hear the last one, you'll never sip coffee the same way again. Brand 1, Clover Valley, Dollar General, Instant Coffee. Let's start with a case that shocked regulators. In August 2025, the FDA issued a nationwide recall for Dollar General's Clover Valley Instant Coffee. Why? Glass fragments were discovered in multiple batches. Think about that. You wake up, brew your morning cup, and without knowing it, you could be swallowing shards of glass. The FDA classified it as a Class 2 hazard, meaning the risk of injury was real. Cuts to the mouth, throat, or even internal damage. What's worse? Investigations showed the factory had already been flagged for poor quality control before this happened. Yet millions of jars still hit shelves across 48 states. Many customers didn't even see the recall notice until after they'd finished the product. Your morning coffee could have been a hidden health risk, and most people never even knew. Brand 2, Our Family. Traverse City, Cherry Decaf. Now imagine choosing decaf because of a heart condition, anxiety, or sensitivity to caffeine, only to discover your coffee wasn't decaf at all. That's exactly what happened in March 2025, when the FDA recalled Our Family Traverse City Cherry Decaf ground coffee. Independent tests showed the product contained full caffeine levels despite being labeled decaf. For some people, this wasn't just a jittery afternoon. It could trigger heart palpitations, panic attacks, or dangerous drug interactions. Consumer complaints filed before the recall included people with heart issues suffering sudden episodes after switching to this coffee. This wasn't a small mistake. It was life-threatening. Negligence. Brand 3, Folgers Classic. Roast next up. One of the most famous names in coffee, Folgers. Their red canisters have been on American kitchen counters for generations. But here's the shocking part. Folgers has been flagged for acrylamide, a chemical that forms when coffee beans are roasted at high heat. According to FDA data, instant Folgers coffee tested around 458 parts per billion of acrylamide. To put that in perspective, the European Union sets its benchmark at 400. Folgers went above that threshold. Now, brewed Folgers Classic Roast has much lower levels, around 13 ppb, but the instant version is alarmingly higher. And acrylamide is classified by the International Agency for Research on Cancer as a probable human carcinogen. Here's the kicker. California once required cancer warnings on coffee under Prop 65, but in 2019, regulators exempted coffee. That means the very same product can have elevated acrylamide, but you'll never see a warning label outside California. It's legal, but does that make it safe? Brand 4, Coffee Pods and Packaging Chemicals. Now let's talk about coffee pods. Millions of households use them every single day for convenience, but studies have revealed a hidden risk: chemicals leaching from the packaging. Research by food safety groups found compounds like benzophenone, used in inks and plastics, could migrate when exposed to the extreme heat and pressure of pod brewing. While the levels detected were below official European safety limits, scientists warn that daily long-term exposure may still pose risks. The bigger issue? US FDA rules on packaging safety were written long before pods became popular. There's no specific regulation for what happens when boiling water is pushed through printed aluminum lids and plastic capsules. Convenience has a hidden cost, and millions of people may be sipping more than just coffee every single day. Brand 5, Yuban Coffee. For decades, Yuban was considered a premium American brand, marketed as 100% Arabica. Loyal drinkers swore by its smooth taste. But over the years, the brand quietly changed. Today, Yuban is openly sold as an Arabica and Robusta blend. Robusta beans are cheaper, more bitter, and contain nearly double the caffeine of Arabica. Many longtime customers noticed the taste shift: more bitterness, harsher aftertaste, and even stomach discomfort. This isn't illegal, but it's a bait and switch in plain sight. A heritage brand built on Arabica quietly switched formulas while keeping the nostalgic name and packaging. For many, the Yuban they trusted no longer exists. Brand 6. Store brands and the transparency problem. Now let's talk about store brands like Walmart's Great Value, Costco's Kirkland, or Kroger blends. The problem here isn't always contamination or chemicals, it's transparency. Compare them to specialty roasters that proudly display origin farms, harvest dates, and processing methods. Store brand coffee bags often show nothing more than smooth flavor or medium roast. Here's the reality. If a product sells for $3 a pound, it can't possibly be high-quality, single-origin Arabica. That price barely covers the raw cost of green beans, let alone shipping, roasting, and packaging. When labels say almost nothing, it's often because there's nothing good to say. Cheap blends rely on bulk commercial beans, sometimes broken, insect-damaged, or low-grade. You get what you pay for. Brand 7. Industry-wide adulteration. And finally, the biggest shock of all. Sometimes it's not just one brand. It's the entire industry. Scientific reports have documented coffee adulteration worldwide, where ground coffee is secretly mixed with corn, barley, soybeans, or even twigs and husks to cut costs. Most of these fillers aren't dangerous, but they're deceptive. You think you're buying coffee, but you're not. Instant coffee has also been flagged for higher acrylamide levels across many brands. And in flavored coffees, companies often use synthetic compounds to recreate aroma lost during fast, high-heat roasting. The truth? Behind the comfort of your daily cup lies an industry built on shortcuts, additives, and loopholes. So what have we uncovered? A Dollar General instant coffee filled with glass. A decaf that wasn't decaf at all. One of America's biggest names with elevated chemicals. Coffee pods with hidden packaging risks. A premium brand that quietly swapped in cheaper beans. Store brands that tell you nothing. And industry-wide shortcuts that change what coffee really means. The lesson is clear. If it's suspiciously cheap, if the label hides its origins, or if it promises 100% pure without proof, question it. Your morning coffee ritual should fuel your day, not put your health at risk. If this opened your eyes, hit like, share it with a coffee lover you know, and subscribe, because we've only scratched the surface of the hidden food secrets in your kitchen.